to bad touch and good touch.
I had this video on my For You page, and there were like two other videos that taught their children pretty much the same thing about good touch and bad touch. And I would like to share my opinion on that. And before I do that, I just want to clarify this is by no means in any shape or form meant as a criticism or to attack this beautiful mom and her beautiful little queen. Absolutely not. I just want to give you another perspective, if you see this video or if you have seen this video, to just put into your own consideration. First of all, I absolutely love this video. It is very unfortunately such an important topic that I don't think we speak about. I don't think we speak about that enough. I think it's something that we should be talking about a lot more. We should be teaching our children that a lot more on a wider scale, not just at home, but this should be standard in every curriculum, in every kindergarten, in every household, and at the same time, not to forget to also teach the boys, not just girls. That being said, I have one concern about this approach, and that is that the so-called good touch can also come from bad people. And for me personally, the good touch, when she did like this and she said that's a good touch, especially when we are talking about black children and the touching of black hair, of afro hair without consent by anybody and anybody at any given time, is a huge problem. And teaching our children that petting on the head is a good touch is, in my personal opinion, not the right approach to teach bodily autonomy. I'm not saying that there is one right way. There isn't. Everybody, every mother and their children have to find their own way. And if that's what works for you, please, oh my God, I'm not here to criticize anybody. I just want to give you another perspective. Because we need to understand two things. One, stranger danger is not all that. It's not all that in a sense of, statistically speaking, our children are more likely to be hurt by someone they have known or encountered before. That, of course, does not mean we should neglect stranger danger, God forbid. We should absolutely emphasize that at any given chance, any given time. But the fact is that bad people also use good touch, according to this video. And on the other hand, I find it a lot more effective to teach your children that nobody has the right to touch them at all. Nowhere, never. They have full bodily autonomy and nobody has the right to touch them at all. Not your cheeks, not your hair, not your eyes, not your ears, not your face, not your hand, nothing like that. We should be teaching our children that any touch can be a bad touch when it comes from bad people. I feel we should more emphasize on the fact that there are bad people that use good touches or good gestures or good ideas or even good intentions to lure their way in and terribly hurt children in ways that I do not even want to reproduce here. Now, being a mother myself, and also at the same time being a child that was not taught bodily autonomy, that had no bodily autonomy, that did not have the right to ask questions, that did not have the right to privacy, to my own decisions, my own opinions, I was therefore subjected to a lot of abuse outside and inside the home, which a lot of that could have been prevented by simply educating me on my own rights. Not even educating me, allowing me to have my own rights. Because especially in society, we fail to see children as human beings that deserve respect. The same amount of respect than a 15-year-old, a 35-year-old, a 55-year-old, a 100-year-old person. Everybody should be getting the same respect. And because of adultification and because of that image that, oh, they're just children, we have this notion that at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what they want. But if we don't practice it at home, how in the hell are we going to expect our children to be able to defend themselves and stick up for themselves outside? So the video you just saw, what is your thought about it?
Well, I think that like the popo and like the the hair is also a bad touch because it's like the crown and like the vagina and like everything else. What is like for us a bad touch is a bad touch, and like what I meant was like by the like if it's for us a bad touch, I meant like you're not allowed to touch there. Like that's my no area, and you don't touch that, please. That makes me feel uncomfortable.
So even the some of the things you saw in the video that she called a good touch to you is also a bad touch. Like the head you said and the face, those are bad touches to you.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
But if there's like permission to touch it, then when you say yes, it's a good touch.
and who do you give permission to touch you like that?
Your mom, your family,
Your father.
Your daddy, yeah.
yeah, it's just part of family.
Just part of family. Or also people that you are comfortable with.
Or maybe.
Yeah.
For example,
Or maybe when somebody also asks, maybe also no.
yeah, when somebody asks and you say no, that's has to be respected.
That's a bad touch.
Yeah, but I'm
That's
saying
a boundary.
is your boundary exactly. So sometimes it can happen that maybe in school you're crying, maybe you fell or you need to be consoled or anything, and then your teacher can touch you on your head, right? To console you, do you like this? Would that be considered a bad touch or a good touch to you? Or
Like
do you think like it depends on the teacher and it depends on you the way you feel? How is it like? Because sometimes, bless you.
Nur ein bisschen von mir und das mag ich ja nicht.
You don't like it?
I think it's a bad touch because they're not like asking for consent, but it's also like kind of like a good and like a bad admission because they're also trying like to cheer you up and like
Right,
it's like they ask you for the consent and
right.
yeah.
So you think it's like a very circumstantial
And by the
situation?
Yeah, it's like middle-ish kind of.
Yeah. Do you think that there can be people with bad intentions or generally bad people that do good things just to get something from you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
But you
If-
couldn't just
if I want to count the people, it won't be possible because like there's almost like thousands of bad people.
But
And
yeah.
I only know that because my mom raised me well.
I mean, high five. You did. But at the end of the day, it is important to never forget that people that might hurt you are most likely people that you've seen before or that you have spoken to before, and that's why good touch and bad touch is very personal, and something that we saw in this video that can be labeled as a good touch can in fact be a very bad touch when it comes with the bad intention, and like you rightfully said, if there is no consent given, right? Yeah, Malin.
I would say, hey, that was a bad touch for me. Can you please never do that again?
Right, like it is very important that no matter who it is, no matter the circumstances, even if it's me, if it's Papa, if it's your siblings, everybody has to ask for your consent. That's not debatable, and that's never, ever, ever up for discussion, okay? And still, a stranger or even like a teacher or people that you randomly know do not get to touch you like that. You know, if there's like maybe, for example, you went to visit your friend and you guys did something, you went outside and you came back in and they just touch you on the head like that. Of course, that is not a bad intention, but it might still make you feel uncomfortable. And then you have every right to be like, hey, name of the parent, I don't like that. I don't want you to touch me like that. That's your boundary and that's not debatable. Okay?
Or,
It's never ever debatable. Okay?
yeah, or
If anybody, anytime, anywhere, no matter who it is, touches you and made you even slightly uncomfortable, even just a little bit, who do you go and tell?
your mother and your father.
Exactly.
Mother or father.
Right. That's it. No matter who it is, and no matter what that person tells you, even if that person tells you, oh, don't tell your parents, that is exactly when you tell your parents, right?